Okay everybody, so a project that we built a while back is about to return because it needs a lot of fancy details. It's going to return right about now. Whoa guys, there it is right there. It's the big cabinet that we made before, but basically what it's going to be doing is something crazy on the side here, so we need to have this thing flip over. It's going to flip over right about now. Whoa guys, that was super convenient. So here it is. We got it flipped over. We got this huge blank canvas right here, and basically what we're going to be doing is creating Mount Fuji from Japan. It's going to look really insane. We're going to inlay the entire thing. Absolutely epic. Very difficult. We're just going to get right into it. We're going to start with milling up some stuff, so let's do it. So we got our piece of hickory right here. Ready, set. Yes. Okay, so you got to explain what's going on because I don't really understand it.
So pretty much what's going to be going on is I'm actually going to be making a mountain out of this hickory piece. Well, part of it, I have a line right here we're going to be cutting on the track saw, and then this piece is going to be inlaid inside the side of the cabinet, which is pretty epic, pretty insane. And then we're going to be cutting up a piece of rock maple onto the bandsaw, mill it up, make sure it's the same thickness as this piece, and that's going to be the peak of the mountain, and we're going to be doing some cool designs, so we'll start working on it.
So after cutting those angles for the mountain on that hickory piece, we decided to go against the entire rock maple thing. We have this piece of leopard wood right here. This is going to make up the whole top of it, kind of like the snow element of things. We've never used this stuff before on the channel, and
man, I've never inlaid it before, so this is definitely going to be interesting.
so we finished up with the leopard wood right here. We got the angles cut, looking pretty good. So basically that's going to become the top of the mountain, which is kind of confusing because one might think it should be like white, but considering that we're trying to do some more contrast with it, that's not the case.
Yeah, it's not the case because, well, it doesn't look cool if we do rock maple here, because then this is white because it's hickory and it couldn't really see it too much. So this looks a lot cooler. What we're going to be doing with this piece though right now is we're actually going to be doing some zigzag lines, basically drip marks going into the hickory piece. So as you can zoom in right here,
You guys will see
I have some pencil marks here that kind of shows like an example of what I'm going to be doing on this leopard wood piece. So we're going to start doing that, drawing it out, make sure it's perfect, cut it out on the scroll saw, and then we're going to inlay it. So here we go. Now that I got the peak of the mountain all cut out, what we're going to be doing is actually taking this weird design and tracing it on a hickory piece, cutting that out so that both pieces stick together like a puzzle. So we'll start tracing.
So we finished cutting out the mountain there on the scroll saw. Everything's good to go with it. We did a little test fit here. You guys can see all this nonsense with all these clamps and everything. So basically what we have to do is we have to take all this stuff off. We got to add the glue inside, then we got to clamp it all back together. And it should be pretty much good to go. And then we'll look into getting the inlay done on the other piece. But you guys can see it turned out really nice. We did have a couple cracks in it, but we filled that with some super glue. Turned out pretty good. That's why we want to make sure we test fitted everything before we did the official glue up. So let's get into that official glue up right now. So we have the mountain right here. As you guys just saw, we went over to the drill press and we just went ahead and we just rounded over the top of it right there. Make sure that's nice and perfect. What we need now is we need the edit station back on here so that way we can talk about it. So it's going to be on here in about 3, 2, 1. Whoa, guys, there is the edit station right there. So what we're going to be doing is talking about this thing. So 1 second.
So we got our mountain all glued up and everything. So we got to take this piece and actually inlay it inside of this cabinet, which is going to be absolutely insane. So I already went ahead and traced it all out. So what we need is some chisels, we need a router, and in the router we're going to be using a straight bit. It's about a 3/32 bit just to get the outline of the mountain. And then we'll be switching out that bit to a bigger bit because, well, we're going to take out a lot of material and we got to make sure it's perfect. And, well, we need some expertise, but I don't know where to get that. So we're going to start working on it.
So we finished up with the router, we got this all cut out perfect, then we went with the chisel, we just did a little bit of fine detail work off camera, but turned out real nice, so.
Fits in perfect, so what we're gonna be doing is gluing this guy in. We gotta get it on the floor because I got really big clamps that we gotta use because, well.
This is probably gonna be the most insane glue up we've ever done.
It shouldn't be too bad.
But hopefully it goes well.
Hopefully it does go well because, well, fortunately we are gonna have to sand too after it's glued.
Yeah, but we did try to get it down to the right depth right here so we don't have to do a ton of sanding, and hopefully that works out for us.
So it's pretty close, so here we go.
So we waited about 3 to 4 hours to really make sure that this thing was good and dry, so now it should be ready to take out of the clamps. We also have to set up the entire workstation. We're gonna see how this thing turned out. I mean, hopefully it turned out good. We don't know until we take it out.
Until we take it out of the clamps, man. All those clamps that you guys saw, it was nice for the outside perimeter, but it didn't get the center. I should have used a stick like so, something thicker. As you can see, it's bouncing because, well, this isn't pushed down. And if I try to push it down now, it's too thin and I can't clamp it to the bottom. So, well, what I have to do is actually cut this section out right here. I'm gonna use some Paduke or some other type of wood, I don't know yet. And, well, I'm going to use my track saw to cut some really nice straight lines, and I'm pretty much going to inlay a new piece in here, and, well, we'll see how it turns out. I do have an idea, so I'll start working on it. We finished up the mountain piece. It turned out absolutely perfect. The Paduke piece, well, it was a mistake, and, well, it's going to turn out pretty nice because we're going to do some really cool lettering on top. We got 2 designs that I want to put on here on each corner, but this video is pretty much over, so hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.